This is an exciting day for us, believe it or not. This is something that we started on 5 years ago without even realizing how big it could be. 5 years ago, I joined Doc's radio show when he was here in Richmond. And when I went in the first day, we were starting to get to know each other. And he goes, man, I really want to do a new kind of talk radio. I want to make it fun. I don't want to be a Republican versus Democrat talking point show. I want to focus on kitchen table issues, and I want to make it fun. He said, I want to be able to tell adult jokes in there and have a lot of that subtle comedy and really make it subtly conservative. So we can pull in, especially younger people and new people to the message. So I said, this is really exciting. This is something that, I'm then the target audience, so this is fun to work on. So Doc started to do that. Started to have more humor. We brought less politicians onto the show. Then we started to follow the numbers. And then we saw, relatively quickly, a year later, Doc was #1 in the 18 to 25 age demo. For an AM conservative talk radio program, that doesn't happen anywhere else in the country. To beat out FM rock stations and be #1 by a sizable margin was huge. So we said, okay, we really have something here where we're pulling these young people in. Okay, now what can we do with it? And it really, like I said, it's taken us 5 years to develop this plan. And really over the last 18 months, it's changed. Because initially we were going to set it up as a for-profit site. So we were going after investors and we were trying to show them, hey, this is what we're going to do. And then about 18 months ago, we said, let's do it as a nonprofit. This is the best way to do it, to really get people engaged, setting it up as a nonprofit. The big thing is the media world has changed. And the country has changed, especially over the last 5 years. We have all this new technology, not just Facebook and Twitter, but Pinterest and Instagram and Flickr and YouTube and all these other sites. The left is using them, and they're very good at crafting their message where this is not political, this is good-natured Americanism. So they present the message that way, and people 18 to 30 suck it in without even realize that they're being flipped to the left. And that information stays with them until they go to the polls on election day and it goes, Romney. That's why, have you seen some of the exit polling after the election last year? You would ask people about the candidates, especially 18 to 30. They know that Romney had the elevators for the cars. They knew all that. They knew he was radical. But they knew nothing about Obamacare. And we started to say to ourselves, how do you know about all of the stuff with Romney, but you know absolutely nothing about the big issues that are going on? Well, it's because of all the sites that they go to online. Digital is king. That's where people are getting their news. Personally, look, I'm the audience that you're trying to reach. Mid-20s, right? I don't watch television. I watch my television shows and movies online. Netflix and Apple TV and all the rest. That's where we're starting to get pulling all of these young people around the country who are videographers and writers and comedians who also happen to be conservative and said, hey, come and work for us. Start producing great content for us. And we've created a pretty great system. The other problem with conservative media is it's boring. Sorry, I can't watch Sean Hannity. And I'm crazy right-wing. I can't watch Sean Hannity. Fox News, from time to time, I can tune in. But it's boring. And the left does a really good job, again, at making things fun. One of the things we were talking about the other day is
it's the Bob Beckel that they keep putting on there and no one puts him in his place. Am I right? Is it Bob Beckel? You just want to hear Sean say, Bob, shut the hell up. Okay, I'm sorry.
We were having a conversation today about Jon Stewart and how great John is. And one of the things we hear from people all over the country is we need the conservative Jon Stewart. And I go, we have it. Right here, it's Doc. We have the conservative Jon Stewart. We just need to get him on the platform. So we have all of this information. Like I said, this is something that we've really, for the last 18 months, have been putting together. And we've met some big key players. We've been traveling around a lot. So when we started to form the idea, I said, okay, we have to be video, we have to be on all of these different platforms, we have to be fun, and we have to be subtly conservative. So we started to look at how people write conservative news stories today, and it's so dreadful, it really is, it's boring. There was a great story that I believe Heritage actually published a couple weeks ago, and it was talking about how Bill Clinton caused the housing collapse and cost Americans $5 trillion and all the rest. Nobody's going to click on that if you're younger than 30, because it sounds boring. But if you do a video and you put a sketch of a person, you do a question mark on their face, and you say, this man cost Americans $5 trillion, and you set it online, that's something that people are going to click on. And again, it's not being a talking point site, it's being subtly put together a team of writers writers and comedians. I spoke a few weeks ago at Gary Sinise's group, Friends of Eight, the pro-conservative group for people in Hollywood. We have television writers, videographers, all of these people who are in Hollywood now who are saying, we want to help you out. So it's just a matter of us getting started. And like I said, we spent 18 months laying the groundwork for this. Asking for your money is not something that we take lightly. But if you go to the website, you can donate there. There's a little bit more information laid out. Starting next month, we're going to be in New York filming a few pilots. One of them involves Doc and a handful of comedians, and it is very funny. So this is something that's really going to be large, and having all these partners in place to be able to distribute that information is great.